Now, these guys, girls, I have to say that now, are absolute local music legends. I've been watching them for years, lucky enough to work in venues to see them live up close and personal. Unbelievable, amazing asset to this county and the country. Please welcome Moxie. How are you all?
Well, Brendan.
Well, lad.
A joy to have you. I can just smell the devilment already.
Oh,
you know, and like
wouldn't be like us.
Christy Moore, and I said this later on, it's like he described you as bowsies, but in a very affectionate way, like, you know. Yeah. And it's that little devilment in you. I've always loved that with your personally meeting you or on stage. So you're all beautifully summerly dressed anyways.
Yeah.
Ready for the heat wave. There you go. Yeah, well, I wouldn't wear shorts now at all.
You wouldn't know what you...
Only you could see under the desk. So, to tell people that maybe don't know you or don't know much about you, and whoever wants to answer now, we've never had 3 guests, like, so you can take it in turns.
Who do you look at?
Yeah, I know, yeah. How many years have Moxie been in existence?
I'll answer this one. I think it's 10.
10 years, okay. And how did it start?
Correct.
He's the quiz master.
Well, yeah, we all kind of we met at the Willie Clancy Festival in Milltown, Malbay, and we all kind of packed into this tiny little hut and played, myself, Ted, Darren Roach, Killian, and Paddy Hazelton at the time.
Oh, yeah.
We all packed into this little hut and we just play tunes and just had a great energy about it, and we just formed a band then. Kind of accidentally. We didn't really like say, oh, we're going to be a band, but we just started making tunes together and loved it, and just...
Yeah, and when you say a hut, was this a performing thing or just your own little...
It was a hut outside the Bellbridge Hotel, and it was literally, you could only fit 5 people in it. So we didn't want anyone, like, we were just like, let's just...
Go and play.
Squeeze in here and play tunes.
But so some of you knew each other kind of before that, is there? Or you just met at different little festivals and events?
Well, like me, Joss, and Paddy had the JP Trio band before. That was our first band with Niamh Farrell as well singing with us. Was our second band. We had Spree before that.
Oh yeah,
another kind of trad band. And we met playing obviously together. Myself, Joss, and Paddy, and then we went down to Willie Clancy and we met Killian and Darren kind of separately. And then I think it was the following year after we met them that we kind of started playing music together a lot, like. Yeah. And I guess it just the music we started to compose music ourselves then.
We made our first set of tunes down in mine and Ted's bedroom.
Oh yeah.
At Rathcormac.
Out in Tully Hill.
Just out the road.
It was out the road though.
So only recently then you decided, let's spruce this up a bit, let's add some more vocals into our songs, and Julia, you joined up. So you're the newest one now, so everyone out there maybe doesn't know everything about you yet. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came to join up with this motley crew.
Well, I come from Tunisia, North Africa. I was born there and grew up there, left when I graduated from secondary school. Went to France to do my studies because I'm part French as well. I'm half Italian, part Vietnamese and part French. And that's it. I travelled a lot around Europe, studied a lot.
Was it in the musical world you're studying, or was it
No,
totally
not at all. I guess it was in the language area. I used to study applied foreign languages, and that was it.
When you meet a bunch of lads from Sligo and trying to understand.
Yeah, I guess it's music as well. Do you know, language is sort of music.
Yeah. So obviously in some of the new songs we're seeing in videos, you're providing the vocals now. And I suppose it was always a thing. I suppose it's probably trickier to maybe get radio play when there isn't vocals in some. So do you think having vocals now is going to maybe open doors? Or do you mind, like, do you do specifically, let's put in vocals, or does it just kind of come along?
Like? we did come to a decision to say, like, we were looking for a singer, you know, and we met Julia and we didn't know she sang, you know, we were all hanging out, and
it has a bigger reach, like the vocals have a bigger reach than instrumental music. People were telling us for years, you need to get a singer, lads.
Yeah, but it's great because, like, you know, as well, it takes, like, playing the gigs that we were playing before that, always, like, the instrumental gigs, it was insane, like, to try and keep the energy up.
Yeah,
because you're just playing, like, so fast all the time, and then you're just, like, you're wrecked, like, but with songs now, it's easy. You can sit back a little bit, like, and you can chill out. So
I'm trying to catch the energy as well, you know.
I know, it's like the energy is still high, but it's just like we get to, like, take a break from playing it very intensely.
No, I know. Yeah.
We're all kind of, like, looking at music differently, like, kind of more around song structures now and things like that, and how we can make our own kind of original structures, you know.
Okay, well, and I've seen the live performance you did, which I'll talk about later on, which is the recent one you did at the Armada Hotel, is it? Clare, is it? Sorry,
Clare, yeah.
And Julia, no problem with you fitting in with the energy, and it was a great little tribal yell in the middle of it. I said, wow, there you go, it was brilliant. Like, so I think if anything, it's going to up the game.
Absolutely.
Like, we are one of the most energetic, fun live bands to watch, so now I think it's just going to up again. But I know what you mean, it just takes a hook for someone listening and they can sing along or whatever, So do you all come I know you're a bit of your background, but musical backgrounds, like growing up, just the two boys first, your household was always music, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Was parents play, or did you just kind of as kids more get into it?
Dad used to play the fiddle, but he has a love for music. He used to kind of help run festivals and everything.
Oh, okay.
We used to go to Fred Finn Coltis out in
St. Mary's.
Out in St. Mary's, yeah. And sure, yeah, we've Dad have three sisters. They all play. There's
So
a harp,
Elsa, Hannah.
concertina, Elsa, Hannah, and Nell. Yeah.
Nell, of course, yes.
Nell plays fiddle. Elsa's on the harp. Hannah's concertina, and our older brother Alex is concertina as well.
Of course,
I'm
yes.
sure,
yes.
yeah, it was full. The house is full of music.
Even during the Fla, like you could just create your own session, like
Yeah.
of a family, like. And I was lucky to join in one or two times with she, like, it was
Yeah,
magic.
some
Like I was
crack.
just going, if I ever want to move to a new house, I'm going to move in with G. This would be great. I'll bring the kids up.
Bring
That's
the
okay.
kids
Yeah,
back.
you can mind them. But and Julia, was your household and your upbringing was all music as well?
Oh yeah, just a lot of music from many different genres. My parents both listened to very different styles of music, so I was I grew up in different like world music, but also like a lot of rock and roll, a lot of jazz, a lot of French variety.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
And you play guitar as well, or you
I
probably
play
play
a
a
little-
bundle of instruments if you're in this band, no doubt.
I do play a little bit of guitar
Okay.
and ukulele as well. Yeah.
And you found that song Breed Oak when
Yeah,
you were younger in
it's
the
a
house.
funny story, yeah.
So we have this news. We do. It's going to be on the next album. Is it going to be on the album?
Oh,
Yeah.
you have an
Yeah.
album coming out.
Oh,
wow!
yeah, hold
What
on.
a surprise!
Oh, yeah.
We actually knew that before.
Big news.
So sorry, she found it.
Julia found this song years ago in
Yeah.
the house. by
When
the
I
chorus.
was around 11 or 12, I think, and I used to go to the music shop every month to just buy a few records and bring
Yeah.
them home and just listen to as much music as I could. And I randomly came across that album by the Corrs, and there was this song in Irish, which was obviously a rendition of a famous Shannon song called Brídóg, and I couldn't stop listening to it. And I remember it was on loop in my MP3, and I was forcing myself to just learn the phonetics and learn
Okay.
the song by heart.
Yeah, yeah.
And we ended up playing
Yeah, we're
it.
playing it now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Lovely. So that's a
Great
nice
story
Sure,
behind
yeah,
it.
there you go. So the Corrs, so they'll be getting royalties off you. Is that what you're
They
saying?
will.
So like,
no.
They
won't.
So over the years, I mean, like I've witnessed you many places, but the Fla was like this big bubble, and like you are to some people you're trad. Like I don't think you're kind of trad. You have a lot of trad sounds and music, but there are some people out there, and I remember this during the Fla. Kind of there was a bit of people getting a bit aggro about no, that's not traditional. Like, what do you think, or do you care, or do you try to answer back to go, well, we'll explain what we are, or do you mind? Like,
Yeah, we didn't really care that much when it happened, but like there was people like calling us out and stuff, so we were like, I better say something. So we just wrote a status just telling people about our music, like,
yeah.
and it was gas. It actually got shared like
It was after
a
the
couple of
gig.
1,000 times.
It was after the gig we did in Fifth and Teelan that you got us.
Yes,
At the
okay.
Fla.
So it's my fault.
It's your fault. It's absolutely your fault, Brendan.
Oh, okay, move
Or
on.
thanks to
We'll
you.
talk about that. after.
Yeah,
No,
some gig.
Shame O'Dowd was ripping up an electric guitar solo during it, and we got him up like, and just it was wedged in there, like
Oh, yeah.
absolutely wedged. The energy was unbelievable. We all grew up playing trad, but we just love every type of music
Just
there is,
jam
and
it in, yeah.
we make our own music, and sure, like if people don't like it, sure, good luck to you.
Sound like you're not going to be lying awake, and I think you're right.
we don't
like.
give a shit. Like.
I think you're probably the most unique, and I'm really am a fan, like, but you're the most unique sounding band. I don't know anyone else is like it. That's the best I could say. There's no other act out there
Thanks,
that I know
Brandon.
that does that, and it's amazing sound. And you must break a world record for the most key hits, button hits, and string hits in a song.
We
Like,
tried to calm down a little bit.
but it's amazing to watch it, and I go, how did they not forget or get? And I don't think I've never seen you make mistakes right now,
Oh.
which would be acceptable.
There's always a few.
Oh, but
There's always
we
a few
might not
mistakes.
That we would notice, I suppose.
Yeah. And how would you best describe your sound to someone? If you were someone booking you and you were saying, well, this is what we kind of play, or would you call it anything?
Well, like we've been for years trying to call it something. Like we used to call it like just trad at the start.
Neo
And then
trad.
we changed it to like neo trad or something, and we're like, there's no point in trying to put ourselves in the box. So it's just kind of folk music, I guess, like
Okay,
of sorts, but it's got a lot of world influences. So
Yeah.
Odd
It's-
folk.
It's unique.
yeah, alternative. kind of.
Absolutely. If there was a genre called Unique,
Exactly.
go and experiences. Yeah, absolutely. And like going back to that, your influences I was reading there are everything from Maureen O'Connor to The Police, Herbie Hancock to Dervish. Like do you find it's such a mix in the band brings the sound, or how does it come about? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I suppose, like, yeah, we're all into, like, Ted is mad into hip-hop now, and, like, I'm into jazz, and, you know, we all have different influences, and it all kind of gels together.
Just comes in on
Julie loves pop music.
Well, I feel like that's what makes it. It's just that individually there's just so many different influences that we all bring these kind of like these little bits, these little elements, do you know, and just that's what makes the sound so different, I guess.
Yeah, it's like, you know, like I suppose if you look at someone's character more so, like to try and understand what everyone puts into it. If you like, you know a lot of the band, so like you know all the characters put themselves there on the stage when they're playing the music, and that's what makes it really interesting for me anyway. Like.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I said already, like, that you are one of the best live acts. I'll stop being too nice now, but like I'm just saying, the question I have is, do you prefer live playing, or do you equally love recording an album and the whole project of getting that thing born and out there? Which would you kind of say you enjoy more?
I would definitely prefer the live element.
Yeah. Okay. And Julia?
I think that for me it's both. They're both part of what I want to say, the job, but it's part of the passion, do you know?
Yeah.
Because when you start the recording process, you get such thrilled, you know, because you know that you're going to end up sharing it with the people.
Yes.
And it goes along with it. Like, it goes along with it.
Really.
And would you be more live, or would you be?
Like more recently, I've been way more into production, like, because I studied music production for a year there in Dublin, and I just fell in love with it, and video production and stuff like that. So like I've really loved that over the lockdown, but like I can't wait to play live again as well. It's an amazing feeling.
And we'll be talking a bit later in the second half about where you're playing. There's loads of places to see. And the last question for this half, and we'll give you a breather then, we're going to have a little look at, I hope I get this right now, the last show, we are having a look at their song. No, not now, after the interview. Yes, I'm getting myself mixed up. It's such a great fun interview. When you're writing, is there one or two leaders, or is it like everyone throws in?
It's different every time.
Yeah,
kinda
there's no
someone
rule.
might come with an idea, and then we'll all go into a big room and just kind of throw it together.
Just jam it out, like.
Yeah.
Have you a big attic or something, do I see? Or some big massive room with loads of carpets? Is that what I see pictures
in
of?
there, drummer Josh Sampson, he lives in West Cork, so
just
beautiful
down there.
spot, so we went down there, set up in his upstairs, beautiful area. So
Okay, yes,
For me, I guess it's more so that I'm going to be with the boys jamming around and like just playing together, and I'm going to try and just absorb as much as I can, and for the lyrics I try and take the energy and what like the feeling of it all, do you know, and then try and write something that would just really like go along with it.
Some in the live that video I watched as well, like, you know, there isn't some songs have loads of lyrics, but there's a lovely fill of a lyric at a point, and it really adds lovely like to it.
Yeah, we've thrown lyrics into some of the tunes that we've already had, which is like
at the start,
it's
it's
really nice, like,
because I used to live in France, so they used to send me their instrumentals and be like, sometimes they would be saying just go for it, do whatever you wanted, sometimes be like just for this particular part. And there's one song, there's one piece I remember, so they didn't know that I had written something over it, because I didn't really think about bringing it up at some point. And when we recorded the album down in the studio in Camden Studio in Dublin,
I just remembered, I was like, oh yeah, Julie, that thing that you wrote, do you want to just try
it?
Like,
such a moment, like we had the tune already recorded, and Julie's like, yeah, I have this little thing, you know.
It's a very, it's like really emotional.
And just sang this beautiful song over the tune, and we were just...
now, just so people, that's going to be on the album, will it?
On the
album. So we'll get straight back into it. There's a lot of questions to ask. So, you've gigged almost everywhere, probably in Ireland, and way beyond as well. So where would be your favourite gig that you played? And I can go across the three of you here.
Right,
we'll start with
mine.
Joss.
So like, it has to be Vietnam in the Hanoi Opera House.
Wow.
It was unbelievable. Michael D. Higgins brought us over to...
I was going to say, how did that come about? Right, okay.
Michael D. just called me one day. He's like, John,
he's always
do you want to play out in Vietnam, man? And I said, Michael, I'd love
his accent seems to have changed.
Yeah, no, he's from Sligo. I don't know why I gave him the Sligo accent.
No, it's alright, it's good. And he just invited you over.
Oh, it was unbelievable, yeah.
Wow.
That was...
Was it like an official banquet or something? Or was it like a raw gig? Like
it was... No, it was a state visit to Vietnam, and
proper.
He always brings bands and stuff with him. And we had played.
No bousiness there.
No bousiness.
We played at his garden, one of his garden parties, and then like it was like 3 weeks later, Joachim Gauck, the German president,
ex-German
president, he was coming over, and sure Higgins asked us to come in and play a few tunes
Higgins,
today.
you're that friendly.
And it was gas. It was gas.
Last time you go to the RS.
We went in. It was so funny. We met like Enda Kenny and loads of people who were drinking whiskey with them all. Like,
Will they
so
go
funny,
crack?
man.
Tell us this is the real stuff we want to know. Will
Oh,
they
we
go
were
crack
trying to
or-
behave,
were
like, so we
really-
couldn't have too much crack. We were
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know,
They were good crack. Like Michael D had the dogs around and.
In Vietnam.
No,
Oh,
sorry,
and then when you went to the Horus,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
okay,
we
I was
and
like,
then we got invited out to Vietnam, and sure, me and Ted and Darren travelled for a month afterwards to Vietnam. Sure, something real, like such an
Beautiful.
opportunity.
oh, it's brilliant. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Julia, have you played a live gig with the guys yet? Now, am I?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was trying to think of the timeline here. So
Yeah, I couldn't even just.
because a
I
lockdown.
don't remember how many.
Years,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
2 years now.
I played a few gigs with
Yeah,
them.
you
We
went
went
to
on tour.
Canada.
We did a tour in Canada. We played a few times in Ireland and then Scotland.
Electric Picnic and
Electric
Soho.
Picnic. Yeah, but I'd say one of my favourite gigs would be one of our performances with the RT Symphony Orchestra in the National Concert Hall
Wow.
in Dublin. That was absolutely
Yeah, it was class.
Amazing.
St.
That
Patrick's
was
Day.
unreal.
Where does that? Who hooks that gig up? Like, who decides with these
so
guys?
they actually contacted us.
Wow.
I'm not sure why, but they just contacted us. They wanted someone to arrange an orchestra for our music. So we just rocked up one day. Then they did all that, and we just rocked up. There was an orchestra just playing,
Yeah.
Just waiting.
and we were like,
that was amazing. I had joined the
The
so
band.
sound must be amazing.
I had
to have
joined the
them
band
behind
only
you,
for
like-
I joined like maybe like less than a year, like,
Yeah.
and for me, like even just a rehearsal, just there singing and being able to just hear all the strings and all the instrumentation behind me was just like, oh my god! And we all wrote this song together. It was just absolutely incredible. Like,
Is it like? Do you have to be really perfect on timings then on that when you're playing? Because they're all working off.
They were all out of time, man.
Well, like, do you do loads of rehearsals for that? Or
Yeah,
like,
we had to
we're
do
going to
some
play it,
rehearsals.
you better
We
keep
did
up
one
with it.
rehearsal on the
a
day.
couple, two, I'd
Two
say.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
sorry.
Joss
we did-
obviously missed one.
We did. We won't talk about that. No, yeah, it's great. To
Yeah.
have an orchestra in behind you,
Yeah.
strings and.
Yeah, one of my favorites ever.
Oh,
I think the
can imagine.
rehearsal was actually for me better than the gig because you weren't as nervous or like.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It probably was a bit more tense to play live than just because you had to be probably a bit more
yeah,
conscious of what you were
it
doing.
was
Yeah.
great though. Like,
Yeah.
it's,
Oh, amazing! I'd say.
it's
was
very like it's a
serious.
very inviting place to play at the National Concert Hall. Like when you're
Yeah.
there, because like it's just the audience. You can see everyone's face and stuff. Like so,
Wow.
you can see people smiling and being happy,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like it's great. 'Cause sometimes you can't see anyone's face, and you're like.
Yeah. You feel you're not engaged. Yeah.
With the live streams these days.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I can imagine. So you're back live in Sligo in a couple of weeks for Flafest,
Yeah.
which is kind of a, let's call it a subsidiary of Flacule officially, but it's all tied
Yeah.
in obviously. And tell us, where's that gig or what's it about?
That's in the Peace Park, and yeah, the guys at the festival just asked us to come and play. I think Dervish are doing a night.
Yeah.
There's a load of Sligo bands
I
actually
think the
playing.
6 or 7.
Tate are
Taylor.
playing,
Taylor.
yeah, as well.
Lee
Oisin
Farrell,
McDermott.
Taylor.
Yeah,
And
so
you can buy
Oisin
this
gave
as
us
a-
a shout to do it. Actually, he's
Oh, yes, Oisin,
he's a
yeah.
great man. Yeah.
So there's live. You can buy tickets. Like there's real people. Can go
Yeah,
to these
yeah,
gigs,
you
so
can.
if
You can
anyone's
go
buying
into, I
it-
think there's 400 capacity or something there.
Oh
so,
right,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
And
it's gonna be amazing, like-
I should know the website. But Flacule.ie will definitely get you all the
Flafest. If you go to Flafest,
Google
it'll
Flafest
come up.
and-
Yeah,
Yeah, you can
Flafest
find them
Sligo.
on
Yeah.
Instagram as
And
well.
which date is yours again?
We're on the 6th
6th
of August. Yeah, yeah.
So that's the weekend after
Yeah.
the bank holiday, is it?
Yeah.
A few days after.
Hopefully the weather's still like
It's a
this.
Saturday, I
Yeah,
think,
yeah. Okay, so anyone watching, if you've not seen Moxie live, go and watch them, and especially the new set. I watched that video that you put up.
Oh.
It looks even better than you always were. And I'm going to say about the Fla in Sligo a few years back,
Oh,
some of the best memories of my life, and
great.
then to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
in this
definitely.
venue. But your live gigs, like your own stuff, were crazy in that tight room in Fifth and Teelan.
Oh, yeah.
But
Oh,
then,
man.
if I'm honest, I love when you go doing just a session in a pub.
Yeah.
Because you are bowsies there, like.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful, brilliant bowsies, like. Do you, I suppose I'm kind of asking lots of your favourite things tonight. Like, do you like that old loose session? Or do you
Actually,
love a
the-
gig in a sweaty room, like?
The session in Furies that time with Andreas the Sack and
Oh.
Kieran Quinn
Yeah,
and
Jesus.
Jamie and Jerry Grellan and
Paddy
it was
and-
the place, the roof lifted off. the
Epic,
place.
yeah. It was such a lovely memory for Sligo, wasn't it? But like, you played tons of
We were
sessions.
Yeah,
just
we were so
from
busy.
moving. We probably had 10 gigs.
And
that
you never
week,
looked tired, like, you know. And you didn't drink a pint all week.
Oh, not a pint.
Sure.
Not a drop.
You'd be grand. I was about 21 back then.
Yeah.
Well able for it.
So what else should you be at? So another thing I often wondered is your styling. You always have a lovely, cool, peculiar style. Is it on purpose, or do you just get up in the morning and throw on whatever you do? Do you kind of say, let's have a look for the band, like, or how do you do it?
We used to have a look now. We used to.
But it's fun. It's fun now. Like since Julia's come in, she's kind of been like, we should try all these things. And we're like, yeah, let's just do it. Like, so like, you know, we're kind of wearing uniforms and stuff sometimes. And
it's just there's so
it's
many
good
of
fun,
us on
like,
stage. You know, there's like 6 of us on stage. So sometimes when I kind of try and like I kind of know what everybody has in their wardrobe as well. So just,
rooting around the house.
just wear these pants for the gig, and you should just wear these shoes, and it's just trying to organise sort of a style, just because I think it looks nice. You know, we're all so different, but we all like if just a little like giving a colour touch or like something.
So you're the stylist now. So basically,
I try.
I'd say like I've seen you wearing some wild things over the years. So I'd say they're easy to go. Yeah, we'll do it. I've seen you playing a gig on your Chasing Moxie, wasn't it? The YouTube video was Peter Klein made. You played a gig in your underwear.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
What was the reason for that?
I was
you might be
encore.
asking.
I would
have worn my underwear tonight.
Some cracker out in Austria.
Wild.
So, what was the name of the town? It was a gas name on the town.
It was like
Giva.
No. It'll come to me.
Gartenstauden.
We'll come back in the second half for that.
Anyway, we just
Let's call it Gartenstauden.
we did
one
we
will
did
know
an encore, and we were like, lads, come on, like we're in the middle of Austria, we're never going to meet these
Yeah, but
people
we were
again.
drinking schnapps.
We
That's
were
what
on
it
the
was.
schnapps.
They were giving us.
That's not
They
Irish
were
schnapps,
giving
Irish
us
schnapps.
out
schnapps.
of it, like.
Yes. So and you just said, let's
We
do it in
just went
underwear.
up.
So you just.
And Peter was
I
out of
wish
camera.
I remember the name of the town.
Just so you know, I wasn't
You weren't
just
in the underwear.
performing in my
That
underwear.
may not feature in the piece part.
I wasn't part of that.
You never know.
Thank God.
Oh my God. So on to your new single, Isanam Dum. Firstly, a beautiful song, but the video is amazing. And it's all set in lovely Sligo. It could be a tourist ad for Sligo as much as anything. And then I read that Julia is the artistic director. So is it just that you've come in and gone, I know what this will look good? Or did you have a background in doing that? Have you worked in something like that with videos as such, you know?
Oh, not really. I've always been interested in fashion. Where like I like wearing clothes that kind of show part of your character and like that shows individuality in some way, you know. But I mean, for the video, it was important for me to try and portray as much as possible the two different cultures.
Yes, because the
and
song
mix
is
them
a kind of hat tip to Irish and Arabic culture.
Yes.
And the lyrics are both Irish and Arabic, which I only
Exactly.
learned before the interview. But I didn't know was there much of each. So it's a
Absolutely.
real kind of.
Yeah, so I was really, I really had an idea of the colours I wanted to mix. Like, for example, I wanted to use the gold as the material gold for the Arabic kind of feel of it, and for the Celtic one more of silver. Do you know, I thought that, you know, these kind of like parallels would just work well together and then kind of mix together.
Well, you've joined it beautifully visually and the sound. It's such, again, I keep saying, but it is a very unique, new, fresh sound and fresh song, and like the lyrics are magic as well. Again, even if you don't understand Irish, like I'm not very good at it, but like it's a lovely song. The vocal and the singing is beautiful to listen to.
Thank you.
But
You're shouting words that you don't know.
Yeah,
like,
right. Yeah, no, that's the wrong word. And
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're just
I know,
singing
sure.
along
Look at who it goes. You had some amazing choreography in it as well. You had lovely drone shots in a field. And was that just move your leg and move your, or was it like?
That was Darren. Darren was on choreography for that bit, and he was just Fitz, the lad Michael Fitzpatrick who shot the video. He was just like, lads, just shout at each other because it's a drone shot. You're not going to see the lips or anything. So Darren was like, left leg up, right leg up. You know, like.
Yeah.
But did he plan that was?
No,
Oh,
it was
that
just like,
shot wasn't even planned at
wasn't
all.
planned
It was
at all,
very. It just happened on the moment. We're just like, okay, if we're doing this, we might as well. Like,
Well,
I had the idea of putting everybody in like this shape. Do you know that star
I
shape?
think it
around
was
me?
because the grass was so long that like I was like, we need to get another drone shot like of something. So I was
Yeah.
like, let's just lie down. But then you and Sinead were like,
Yeah.
let's do like choreography, and I was like, yeah, great.
Yeah.
So just lie down and sure, whatever Darren says, do it.
whatever Darren.
And I noticed some of you don't do yoga as much as other either. I've seen a few legs not going up as high.
A few hamstrings pulled.
That's for sure. So in that video as well, it shows your, now is it an oyster farm, the family
Yeah, yeah.
business, or mussels as well, or is it just?
Well,
Just
he does
oysters.
some.
Oysters.
He used to do clams as well, but unfortunately, a little disease came in and killed the clams like years
Brown
ago.
ring disease.
But they're coming back now. I think the clams, so you'll see them coming out of Charlie's
yeah,
business
same.
again soon.
And do you all work there all the time? Does
No,
all the
Joss
family-
I
does
work
now.
there now.
Just
Yeah,
there, okay.
I've worked since the start of lockdown.
Okay.
I love it. Yeah, it's great. I've never had routine in my life, and now I do. So.
God bless lockdown, huh?
Good way of
And
describing it.
so I kept going back to the Armada gig again because I really think people should watch this, especially before you go see your gig, to get a taste. Like, was that your first proper gig then since lockdown? I'm sure you were as bored as everyone during lockdown. You were doing your live sessions, but was that the first time you came
proper
together?
gig, yeah. Done a few bits, like a few TV bits and stuff, but that was
Okay.
the first performance, you know.
Yeah.
There was only the residents allowed to watch it. It was a live stream, but whoever was in the hotel,
lovely. Okay.
and that made the world of difference. Just even
Oh, yeah.
having, I think it was
Reactions.
about 20 people there, but
Isn't it mad? Like,
just
you're
look
twen-
at people when you're playing, you're like, you know, feeding off.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
room,
Well,
it's
that's
great.
what I can imagine. That's
Yeah,
fabulous,
not
but-
just looking at your phone screen
Oh, yeah.
for a live stream, like
And watch out for the accordion duel. I've heard of
accordion wars.
Accordion wars. Sorry, I've heard of dueling banjos. They never war of accordions. So that's class piece. Is that like a new thing? We say we'll add a little bit of fun into each of the shows. Is that kind of a new little?
Yeah, we
bit of
have a
different-
video on YouTube actually of it, and Ted does
okay.
kind of a WrestleMania intro.
Yes.
And we come
The
out
ref.
with the vest.
No, I'm like that
He's
guy
like a
from
ref.
UFC. What's his name? Bruce. What's his name?
Gobslapper or something.
Bruce Scopes.
I don't know him anyway. Darren was like, just be like him, and I watched like 5 videos of it.
Oh yeah, okay. The ring announcer.
And
guy.
in the net.
Oh, they
Yeah.
prepared it. They prepared it.
It was so funny. It was so funny.
And I mentioned earlier, Christy Moore called you Bowsies. But like, what a brilliant compliment from a legend like that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure you obviously were more than delighted. He was at the gig or something watching you. Was that it? Or?
Well, like he contacted us once just he wanted to meet us, so like we met him, and then he came to some of our gigs.
We went for lunch with him in Dublin
Yeah.
one day, just chatting to him the stories that came out. Like,
But he asked us if he could come and like jam with us, you know. So he came to our rehearsal space a few times, like 5 or 6 times, and we were like playing like Hiroshima and Nagasaki with him, like just jamming. He's saying poems over these things. Like we've like loads of phone recordings of them and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
But we never did anything in the end. But sure.
Oh,
something
so
might
he
happen
was kind
someday.
of maybe something might come eventually.
Yeah,
It was just a nice jam regardless.
Well, that was great. Like
Lovely, yeah,
it's
yeah.
class.
And I suppose when he says Bowsies, it is that divilment. And my God, if there's ever a band that emits divilment on the stage, like, are you all really close? It definitely comes across that you are. Like, are you all best buds? Are you always talking, or do you just see each other when it comes to gig time?
No, sure, like we've grown up.
Obviously, you
We're
meet each other a
family
lot.
now. We're
but
all
the other
kind
guys
of-
from Limerick and that.
No, yeah, we're sure. We've
Yeah.
seen each other
So much.
We're
more
family,
than,
like.
more than
Yeah, yeah.
anyone else over
And
the
it
years.
is hard to keep that energy for years in a band as well.
Yeah,
I'm sure,
and things
travelling.
change as well. Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Killian doesn't play live with us anymore. Richie Delahunty
Oh,
does.
yeah.
Like,
Okay, he's in the video as well, is he?
yeah,
He's
yeah.
in the video, yeah.
He's not in the video.
No,
No,
Killian
sorry,
is
he's in the
also-
live. The live.
He's
the live
Sorry,
one, yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes, yes.
He's from Tip, like, and he's been a friend of ours as well for years. So he's
Okay.
come in now and he's playing live, but Killian's still writing with us. So it's
Oh,
great.
okay.
Like, you know.
Lovely, lovely. Good stuff. Well, it's been as fun a half an hour as I've had in my life. It's been a joy talking to you in this scenario because I've met you different times. You know, you never ask these kind of
I know,
questions,
yeah,
so
yeah.
it's been a pleasure. So before you go now, tell everyone, because you know all the details about albums coming up and
yeah.
gigs. There's obviously, we mentioned the Sligo gig, August the 6th, and
Shit,
Flafest. If you look up Flafest, you can buy tickets
I
to
know
a
the
real
dates.
gig.
I know the
Hold on,
dates.
here's Joss's
So,
moment to shine now, or else mess up.
just in case.
Okay.
So
Yeah, go for it,
is
guys.
Is it the 31st? We're playing in an amphitheatre in
Kilkenny.
Ballykeefe.
Ballykeefe, yeah.
That's the beautiful one, like a
Yeah.
natural
Oh,
amphitheatre.
it's-
Oh
That's
my
next
God.
weekend,
Nice.
and there's a
Saturday.
competition on our Instagram right
Yeah.
now to win 2 tickets,
Get 2
tickets
free
to Kilkenny
tickets.
Amphitheatre.
It will
And,
be
and you get
serious,
Ted's
lads.
shirt as well. You get to keep that as well if you want.
Maybe.
And then one
We'll
of the
see.
other ones, the Fla, is on the 6th, and then we have the 3rd in the Doolin Hotel,
Or down in Clare,
Down in
obviously.
Clare,
Yes,
yeah.
lovely.
and then the 4th in Ballydehab
Ballydown.
in West Cork.
No,
And in
no.
Conley's Lep.
No, you missed one now.
Oh God!
Well, no,
no.
it's still right.
We know who's
On
the
4th
manager
on the
anyway.
4th of September, we're at the Claremores Folk Festival.
Oh,
so-
so
Yeah.
No.
And is
yeah,
some of
so-
these loud crowds as
This
well?
this
or-
should all be up on our website as well, www.moxiemuso.com.
Muso, M-U-S-O.
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 Moxiemuso.com. And the album is out. Is there a certain date for that?
Yeah, we have a
Yes.
single. We have our next single coming out next week.
Okay.
On the 30th.
On the 30th
it's going to be a
of
pop hit.
July. Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, we're so excited about that one. It's the first single, the first song that we're releasing that's like very summery,
It's totally
very
different.
dancey, and
Yeah.
I think it's gonna make everybody
Boogie.
dance
Boogie.
around.
Put it on your car and just like,
Rock and
Yeah,
roll.
yeah.
with the sunglasses.
Well, again, thanks so much for coming in. Thanks for chatting.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for being our first ever 3-part guest interview as well, and seemed to go quite okay. And we're going to play out a little bit of your piece now, and we'll be back again in a few minutes. But we're going to play It's Anam Dum, shot in Sligo, Julie, artistic director, and accidental choreography and all. So thanks very much, guys, and
Cheers,
we'll see you on the 6th of August for Flafest.
Yes.
Cheers,
well,
Brendan.
I'll see you then. I won't get all your other amazing gigs. So here's Isanam Dum, the guy's latest single from the new album, and keep an eye for when it comes out.
السماء فوقنا سبيرس كيون اسمي حياة اسمي السماء فوقنا سبيرس كيون اسمي
So if you liked what you just seen, don't forget to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel here. We've loads of great interviews from a load of really interesting people over the series. And if you're on social media, which I'm sure loads of you are, we are on Instagram and Facebook, so give us a follow there.